If they were to actually learn from history, then they would realize that the hate that they are spouting today about trans women, not so long ago, was the exact same rhetoric that would have been applied to them to exclude them from feminist spaces and activism. We've been designing new jewelry with the phrase Lavender Menace on. And while doing so, I realized maybe not everyone knows the history of the Lavender Menace. The phrase comes from Betty Friedan, a leading feminist figure during the 70s in the US. She claimed that lesbians were a threat to the feminist movement, calling them the Lavender Menace. Lesbian feminists protested this by reclaiming the term. They made their own t-shirts displaying the words Lavender Menace, which they then wore while protesting the Second Congress to Unite Women in New York City. As Eleanor Medhurst from Dressing Dykes puts it, after this event, lesbian issues could no longer be brushed under the carpet at the Congress. Lesbians were out in the open and they took the chance to speak, to take to the stage, to voice their concerns and have a presence. The Lavender Menace is a really important part of feminist history, and we need to learn from it. Otherwise, we're doomed to make the same mistakes that we made before. Today, amongst lesbian circles, lesbians are no longer seen as a threat to women's liberation. However, a lot of feminists claim that trans women are a threat. And ironically enough, some of these trans exclusionary feminists are lesbians themselves. If they were to actually learn from history, then they would realize that the hate that they are spouting today about trans women, not so long ago, was the exact same rhetoric that would have been applied to them to exclude them from feminist spaces and activism. If you want to learn more about the Lavender Menace, then please visit this blog post by Dressing Dykes. It goes into a lot more depth about the history of the Lavender Menace than I did here. And make sure you give us a follow if you love lesbians.